Hello everyone, welcome back to FusioCraft. Last episode we worked up this island a ton. We were exploring some of the new 1.19 stuff, at least with the swamps anyways. I'll do the deep dark stuff later, I'm just gonna say that. So here on the island we planted some mangrove trees and they are starting to grow up, and oh my gosh, they are so much bigger than the typical tree. Like, I guess, you know, they're smaller than the jungle tree or the mega taiga, but they're like the in-between like the classic oak and birch trees and those big ones. This is one of the most unique trees just in shape in the game now and in structure. This is the only tree that has its own independent root blocks. I love this tree so much. I want to incorporate it into the landscape somehow. As you can see, I've turned the render distance a little down. You can't even see Calcite Cove from here. We were experiencing some RAM issues. I'm still working out, like the server's back online and there's been some issues. You know, all that fun stuff. We'll see if I can work something out, get the render distance back up a little bit. But anyways, I'm gonna have fun harvesting this new wood, using it for builds. Alright, like I mentioned last episode, I want to go through and upgrade a lot of things in town, and I want to start with this boardwalk. Technically, I never finished it. All these details that I wanted to add into the floor only made it this far. So I've accumulated a shulker box of things I want to edit this thing with, or maybe potentially try out, I'm not sure. And we'll see how it goes. What? Oh yeah, now the floor is installed, and on top of that, I have fully remastered, redesigned this building right here. The acacia logs look so good next to the spruce. It really does look like a more worn down, older version of it, and this is a little more what I was trying to go for with all of my acacia log usage in town. So there's going to be other places where I'm probably going to swap out some acacia logs for these mangrove logs. And you can see here I got Mr. Grouper in this shack now. He has been bought out, which means that he should be doing good, but I guess he made some poor financial decisions and now he's been reduced to this small little shack on the pier. This shack looks like 3 times better than it did before. The colors look way better. The logs are really the best thing about it. And I've done some stuff on the roof as well, made it a little more overgrown. There's some, like, I don't know, just growth on the roof. And you can see down here that it looks like a bird's nest. You know, I didn't do the egg thing. I didn't put eggs in it. I'm trying to reduce item frame usage just because of like lag and RAM and whatnot, but you know, you can use your imagination from down here. And a few more details and I call this done. Some of my fish banners, some kelp in there, and I've really updated these signs. Please help me, I'm so poor, I have lost everything. I want to turn my attention next to this general store over here. I've already tried putting in some mangrove wood down here. There's still a little bit of a difference between the color between these, so I'll see how it goes. But definitely this wood, this stripped wood, I don't want to use stripped wood if I don't have to for a build like this. If it lines up nicely with the colors of the build, I'll use it, but this type of like line that it creates in between is not something that I want to create. Alright, I have swapped out all the wood on the bottom, and it's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good. I still feel like there's something else I want to do, but but like, okay, this is definitely better than it was before. I will give it that. I just wish that there was another wood block that was just in between these two. I know, we kind of just got a block that works well with it, but you know, I could go with another block that goes even more well with it, you know? One thing I am thinking of is I've been generating so many of these root blocks from harvesting the mangrove trees. I want to start incorporating these into the landscape too. Like, look at this bush here, for example. Like, these roots are perfect for the inside of this bush. And just like that, I've installed these roots into the bushes all around Calcite Cove. Here, over here, and in the central park. You get the picture. These roots look really good underneath these bushes. It really makes them feel like it's not just leaves scattered about. Like, it actually feels I don't know, just way more like an actual bush now. The next phase of my updates takes me here to the path where I'm putting in this packed mud block. That's what it's called, right? Yeah, packed mud. Ever since I saw the texture for this block in the update logs and whatnot, I was like, that looks like the perfect block for a pathway. And so I've come in here, and everywhere where there was a coarse dirt block that's kind of more in the middle of the road, I've replaced it with this because this is where more and more people are walking, and so it would make sense for there to be a more packed block here. The coarse dirt, I was thinking maybe I should replace them all with the packed mud, but no, definitely these still belong on like the outskirts. I just said that word really funny, but yeah, I'm just gonna go in here. And anywhere where I think more foot traffic would be, I'm just going to put these blocks down, and it's going to make the pathways through town look a lot more natural. Wait, what the hell? Oh, I just uncovered one of the calcite catacombs. Yeah, that stuff was naturally already here. I don't know if I should do anything with that. Who knows? There we go. Now this path is looking really nice. You can really see where most people walk through here. Looks a lot more realistic. Oh my gosh, I love this block. Here's my process for acquiring a lot of mud fast. I was originally using just a bunch of different water bottles and just going by one, and then I realized, hold on a second. If I keep having to run to the water to do this, why not just do this underwater? So you just can't, you constantly right click on the dirt blocks while you're underwater, and this is a really fast way to get mud because you're already underwater. That every other right click is you immediately refilling that water bottle. I imagine a lot of the fancy Minecrafters are going to make some quick automated farm way to do this very quickly, if not already. But for now, this is what I'm doing to get my mud. It's really convenient that I have as much dirt as I do, because now I can just assemble a ton of mud blocks very quickly. I tied up the frogs at the pond in the central park, and I'm having them breed some tadpoles here. When these bad boys grow up, I'm gonna go on an adventure and turn them into green frogs, plant them in some cold biome. The tadpoles have grown up, and I'm about to make my daring journey. But in the meantime, I have updated the clothing store with this red new wood, and it's looking very good. I'm gonna keep it like that. I still have some granite on the top, so it's basically just doing the trim, and it looks really nice like that. I flew out to the nearest snowy area that I have near me, and I placed down these tadpoles in a little pond that I just created. And I don't know, I'm worried about, like, isn't the water gonna freeze up here, and then they're just gonna be flopping around and die? So I just put a bunch of torches around it. Soon I'm gonna have 3 bad boy green frogs on my hands. I looked down this cave, and I thought that this spotted horse was skulk blocks, and I freaked out so hard. I was like, how? That's not possible. This is generated terrain already. So I'm going to make this skulk horse love me, because it's funny. Skulk horse, love me please. Oh, it's got good health stats. I hope it's fast. What's taking so long? Oh, there we go. So obviously I'm giving you the funny. Oh, but when he's wearing his armor, you can hardly see his spots. I may have to ride him around naked. Horse, are you fine with being naked? Because, like, I want to see yo skulk. I want to see yo skulk, baby. Naked horse, 100 gex. The green frogs have grown up! Oh, well, one of them didn't, but this one did. Green frog, green frog. Okay, while I have frogs here, I may as well breed more tadpoles. But where did the other green frog go? Oh, there he is. Aw, yeah, baby. Green frogs galore. Okay, now's the part where I bring them back with me. Oh, man, this is so funny. Yes! The green frogs. They have arrived. Follow me. They do. They are permanently derp-faced. Yeah. When they walk fast because of the lead, it looks so funny. And now, I say, Be free! Go wherever you want! Frog race. Now I just need some white frogs. And there we go. Skulkio Spookymane. The distant cousin of Fabio Buttermane. Okay, honestly, here's what's gonna happen. I don't know if there's any reason keeping that white horse around. Fabio Buttermane has been kind of neglected back here. Kill! No! Fabio and his meat are coming around. Fabio is not that fast. So Skulkio Spookymane and Fabio Buttermane are gonna live out here. And this horse, I have no use for you. You can live up on this hill. I don't really give a shit. You can, but I want my stuff back. I want my stuff back. Goodbye. Be free. Be free. Okay, so Calcite Cove is up there, that way, and here I am, down here, in this little shattered savanna that is only one rocket away. This is where I'm going to grow up some white frogs, and then I'll have all three in town. Here's the tadpoles swimming around. Oh boy, here they come. Oh, they are starting to grow up. Here we go. I just got an advancement for this. Hold on. Get each frog variant on a lead. Yup, that's what I'm doing. Okay, it looks as though this one grew up as a normal frog. I'm not sure how that happened. I guess maybe the tadpole swam over there? Just like before, I see no reason not to start breeding in more frogs here. If I only got 2 white frogs out of this batch, then, you know, I'll get more out of the next one. I've somehow accumulated more frogs on the way. Here I am, I'm entering town. This is still just, this is amazing, dude. Oh yeah, be free. There we go. I have all types of frogs living here now. Oh yeah. I've reached a bit of a dilemma with my house. My inventory is too big. My storage room has finally become too small. Especially with the new blocks in this update, I have no room for things like the new wood and the mud blocks and all the root blocks that I'm getting from all the tree harvesting. So it's finally time that I create a new place to start housing all of my items. I've been meaning to do this for forever now, but I'm finally going to flash out a big mineshaft entrance here with a big introductory room, and I think that's going to be where all of my stuff is housed. As it stands, this hill is definitely not big enough, so I'm going to do a lot of custom terraforming to make this big giant storage room that kind of is the entrance of sorts of this old abandoned mineshaft. Originally, this was also going to be functionally the way that I got underground into my mines. I have since created that tunnel that goes directly to the bottom of the world here inside of my house. But you know what? I still want to make this my storage room because it aesthetically fits into the landscape very well. It doesn't just feel like I put a big building somewhere in here just for the sake of housing my stuff. And I could have made a big underground room beneath this house, but to be honest, you know, I want something that I can very easily access. I don't want to go down hallways and corridors and staircases to get to it. I would rather just be able to fly into a big door and just open up a bunch of chests and get what I need. And I just realized this is the perfect time to activate my haste to begin. Hello? What's going on here? Oh! Oh, it's still missing from my Deep Sight Emerald Ore expedition. Whoops. Good lord. It's not even in here. I left it all the way over there in the mountains. Alright, I'ma just, you know, take this back with me. Oof. Alright. Here we go. This is it for real now, baby. The log structure might end up bigger. I'm just trying to get a general sense of the symmetry where it's gonna line up with the tunnel underneath. But now, oh yeah, this is gonna take no time at all now. I was busy digging out my new storage room, connected up to a giant cave I forgot about that I'm gonna take advantage of, and then a stupid raid started attacking me. Or, you know, the dudes that start the raid, the guy with the flag, and I was like, I don't wanna accidentally trigger this. So I thought, you know what, I'll just go over to Sesame Street, I'll chill out. Mike told me that he replaced the floor in here with the new mangrove wood, and it's looking pretty good. I'm so glad. Like, I love when new updates have a bunch of new blocks and you're able to just go around. Where did this seed come from? And you're able to just go around and, you know, make the builds that you're already satisfied with even better now that you have even more options. Love that. Let's see if they're still there. If they're still there, then you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to suffocate them with gravel or sand or something. I think that won't cause me to have that raid status effect. Let's see. Hello? Anybody home? Anyways, as you can see, so since it is Calcite Cove, I'm keeping with the theme that the rock layer beneath the dirt is supposed to be a calcite here. That, you know, this is just a big calcite deposit. And so this mine shaft is going to have a lot of calcite exposed surfaces at the start. But as you work your way deeper down, it's going to start getting more typical with rocks. Well, you know, other rocks other than just calcite. But yeah, I forgot about this big ravine that I covered up at the beginning of this server. So I think I'm going to incorporate this. This is a really big space. So I'm just going to have this mine shaft kind of veer downwards. And I think it's just going to be a big natural ramp down here. It's going to be really easy for me to fly in and out of because I'm going to make it a big entrance. This is going to be really cool. I'm excited. Oh man, I'm excited. I forgot about this place. All right, I've done a bit of digging and now I've got this big staircase made completely out of stone that just goes down around this pillar of stone, I guess. I'm guessing all of this is going to eventually be calcite up here. I'm not sure how much I want to make a calcite, but you come down here and this actually connects up to the area above my, I don't know, my secret lab area. So I'm going to try to make some sort of connection here. You can see here, this is like connected through the AFK fishing hole spot thing. So that's another cool connection. But down here, this is where my new storage room is going to be. I'm going to really dig this area out. I'm going to have so much space, so many chests. Finally, I'm going to be able to do something about all the excess dirt and stone I have laying around. Okay, I'm starting to get a little bit of an idea of what I want here. So there's going to just be a big wall of chests, and it's going to be high. I'm going to remove this entire chunk here. And the chests anyways, they're not going to be high to the point where I can't reach them. But every row here, at least for the first few, this big section here is going to be things that I'm going to have a lot of. Let's start with dirt, for example. In order to reduce lag, instead of using item frames, I'm going to put the specific block that I'm going to load these chests with. And that is going to be the indicator that this is the chests for the dirt. Oh, wait. Okay, I guess I can't put the one for the grass next to the one for the dirt. I'm not entirely sure the order that I want to do yet. So this is just all, for example, like let's say this is the diorite chest. This floor is going to be something else eventually, and I want there to be a stair layer here to kind of have a dividing line, because whatever the material I use for the floor here, there's probably going to be a chest for it. So in order to make it clear what it is, there's going to be that crack. So, you know, right now the floor is stone. If this is the stone chest, for example, then this crack would be here to kind of let you know. Well, this room started out empty with me not exactly sure what I should do with it, and now here it is back in that state because I have finally moved everything out of this house. My main inventory anyways, obviously I'm still going to live in it, but all my stuff is going to be here in this calcite cave. I still need to flesh out the entrance. This is not how I'm leaving it. And even this, I'm going to flesh out more too, but I have the baseline down of a lot of calcite as you enter. And as you go around this pillar, this giant storage system is revealed to you down here. There's a lot more work that I need to do at the cave. See, I kind of closed this off. This used to keep going down into this, this ravine. And I decided, you know what? There was an Enderman who ran through here before, and I was like, I'm just going to reduce the amount of risks in here because If a creeper or something comes in here and blows up these chests, that's not good. But yeah, there's still a lot of work to do, and my first goal was to simply get everything down here. This right side is most of my blocks, especially the stuff I have in bulk or the stuff that is really thematically tied together. And everything else is on this left side, from mob drops to ore to all the organics over here. Some of these chests are a little unlabeled right now, like this is the armor one. I guess I'm going to probably put some descended armor stand here. You know, some of these things I'm a little unsure of what to put. Like this is just the miscellaneous item chest. Maybe I'll put a conduit here? That's kind of miscellaneous? I don't know. But yeah, the storage system itself is down here. Now I just gotta make this place pretty. Continue what I started up there. I'm feeling proud looking around this landscape because everywhere I look, even up there, I can see places that I've created, landscapes that I've altered, paths I've made, towns have formed, and now the newest addition, this mine shaft into the hill that I've fully decorated, at least in the front here. We got a comfy little campfire area right out in front, and then we go into this really old, falling apart mine shaft here. You can see all the boards and the rotty wood that I'm using with the roots here. These support beams going down and slanted with the shape of the tunnel. And before long, it's just nothing but bits and pieces skewing about here and there. We got a little amethyst cluster here. I might do a few more of those around here, depends. This area is mostly decorated out, and while I haven't finished the area down here, I have started a lot of the block work on the base level. So I've got several different rock layers that kind of transition from the calcite to the normal stone. The andesite and the diorite offering this transition, and I think it looks really cool from down here. Like, the further up you get closer to the surface, the brighter the rocks get. Storage room Tomba felt a little lonely up there in that empty room, so I had to bring him down here. Someone's got to watch over my stuff. There's still a lot of shaping I want to do, which is why I kind of stopped the terraforming right here. A lot of work that I want to do to the ceiling. I want this to be kind of more, you know, natural cave looking, because this does not look natural. But for now, I want to turn my attention to making this storage area prettier. I want to continue the mine shaft feel from up there. I've decided, since I made this all linear and straight, that I may as well make this like a giant mine shaft corridor here. Which means I'm going to need a whole lot of mangrove logs, and they're going to stretch up high. I want to raise the ceiling a little more maybe. I'm still deciding what I want to do with the floor, but I'm realizing now that putting the little crack here that separates this main section of floor from these blocks is going to come really in handy and look really nice with the wood section, because then you're also going to be able to see the inside of the log as well. For that reason alone, I really want to just figure out what blocks I want to use here right now and just start placing them. What I'm about to perform is probably going to make some redstone people cringe, but I'm proud to say that I came up with this system myself. I want to have the middle row of blocks here in this passageway swap out for some useful tool blocks here. So the existing blocks here, I'm still not sure what I'm going to use yet. They're going to go under and be pulled aside at the same exact moment that these dudes pop up. Now believe me, it works. I've already figured it out in creative mode. I just gotta build it here now. Whenever I do something redstone-y like this, I always divide it into like what order things need to go in and how that can be possible. So the first step is that the piston that would be in the middle, regardless of which one is in the middle here, whichever row it is, has to be extended down. So that means that it needs to be powered off. These redstone torches allow whichever row of pistons to be extended when idle, and whichever way I flip the lever, the observer is going to send out a signal which will power these blocks and turn off these redstone torches, but only for a second. That split moment that those are turned off is all I need though, because as soon as they are turned off, the pistons that are above them are going to get moved out of the way, and then as soon as the other pistons get moved on top of it, because they are once again powered on, they are immediately going to shoot their contents up. This was the easy part. The hard part was figuring out whichever way the redstone lever was flipped, whether this redstone line here was on or off, that the active side would retract, and then the opposite side would pull forward. Obviously, I couldn't set both sides to do that at the same exact time, and having one do it before the other only works one way. So my solution was to send out two separate pulses. One too fast to be able to do anything if this one is supposed to do the first thing, and the second one late enough to do its thing if it is the last thing that needs to be done. I'm wording this really badly, but it's essentially a 1, 2, 3 type deal, but really fast. But only one of the one or third pulse on the two pulses on this side are actually going to act and do something, depending on the state of this side. And this is probably awful, and there's a much better way to do this, but in order to prevent a constant feedback loop, I simply stretched out the path of the redstone super long so that this, activating this, wouldn't come all the way back and keep on activating itself. It's not very compact, but it works, and I'll prove it. Pull the lever, Tomba. Actually, first, before you do, I chose soul soil to be the block that kind of defines the middle of this path for one reason in particular, just one reason. This block may not have been my first choice. I was thinking of another wood type, but for its functionality in getting me from one side to the other very fast, thanks to the Soul Speed 2, this is what I'm gonna roll with. It suits my needs very well. And I may decorate this area a little more so that this looks a little more naturally ingrained. Like maybe I'll just have the bottom of this cave be very muddy, dirty, put some ponds, waterfalls here. Oh my gosh, this is actually giving me good ideas. But yeah, then this mud would be like more incorporated into the landscape and actually feel like it belongs in this stretch of cave. Okay, all that aside, let's finally pull this lever, Tomba. Hiya! See? Here we go, baby. Now, I could have put this stuff near the front, near this lever, but I figured if I'm ever actually going to use any of these, it would be more convenient for it to be kind of in the middle of this entire area so that it has maximum utility for whatever I use these for. There are blocks all the way over there that I can cut with this stone cutter, and there's blocks all the way over there, so, you know, if it's only on one side, that's a disservice to the other side. Same goes for the crafting bench. Some of these are kind of a one type deal. The smithing table, I mean, yeah. Oh man, I'm stoked. I'm stoked about this. I was not doing very well in the redstone department this morning, but I figured it out now. Oh, I'm so happy about this. I mean, come on. That's so satisfying. Bro, I legit feel like a genius right now. I know this is probably like the most simple redstone thing, but as a builder first, I'm pretty proud of myself. I think that's where I'm ending things for this video. Oh my gosh, this has been such a fruitful week. I am so back in the Minecraft mood. With the update and the server back online, oh, I'm so happy. Tune in next time where I'll continue fleshing out this inventory system cave, and I hopefully finish the outside of the Ezo Island. Thank you for watching, y'all. See you next time.